All right, and welcome to the After Hours show. You got the same cast here with us, but now we're going to take things a little bit easier and we're going to actually deal with everybody in the chat a little more. So far we've got Corey in here and we got Two Bros Collectibles. Appreciate you
What's
both
up?
for coming in. Make sure
Hey,
y'all hit that
Corey.
like button. But
Hey, bros.
you know,
What's up, guys?
with the podcast that we just had, that is a prime reason we may want to go ahead and add maybe 30 minutes to it because the hour goes by quick.
Yeah, it
You
does.
know, especially when you get into the flow and you're getting real deep in an intense conversation. Next thing you know, you look up and you blew through 20 minutes without even knowing, and it feels like it's only been like 5 minutes. But yeah, so um kind of like what we mentioned earlier, you know, there was a shopping list of things that we was gonna ask of you. We did touch up on some of it, but there's still some other things that I'm pretty sure we would that we're gonna ask that I'm pretty sure a lot of the chat is gonna want to know. And for the chat, if you do have a question for, I know you're not going to care about what me and Adrian has to say, but if you do have a question for Strike or whatnot, do us the favor so that we can keep track. Throw up a hand emoji so that I'll know that you're actually asking a question. I can post it up on the screen for Striker to catch up on it, and then he could go ahead and answer them as they come in. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and break the ice and basically go with, so you've been in the hobby now for quite some time, okay? And at some point, it started getting to kind of like a business type deal, you know, with the breaks, eBay store, everything like that. Now, has there been a time where, or you've seen that happen to anybody where a bad experience occurred with something where you're, if it happened to you, you're like, you know what, that was messed up on how that turned out. If I'm in that predicament and somebody, I'm dealing with somebody, I'm gonna do my best to steer away from it or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely the whatnot experience where you remember they pulled a card for some people and like didn't give it away after
Right.
that. That made me sick. I can't believe that someone would do that. Now, I got a different mindset about this whole thing. This has turned into a business for me. It's turned into a lifestyle. I never started with that in mind, but I was born into a family business and I know how you have to treat people and you have to treat your customers, and not that you have to, but that you should. And I'm under the I want to treat people the way I want to be treated. Live the golden rule. If the very last thing I would ever do is like keep someone's card, because that's not what it's about for me. Like
Right.
I'm about the community, building the community, having a great time with people and spreading positivity and the joy. And to take someone's card out of a break, that just makes me
Ugh.
sick. I
Yeah.
can't imagine doing that. And when I heard about that, I never watched it, but I heard from a bunch of people, and I may have saw like a clip or something where it happened. I'm like, you have no idea how to run a business, how to treat people, what life is about.
Yeah.
It's a life thing. It's like we're all in this together, we're all trying to just live our life the best we can, at least in my standpoint. And growing up in a family business, you gotta I got to witness my dad give stuff away to people all the time. And when I was growing up, I'd like pull my dad aside and be like, "What are you doing? You can't just like give everything away to
Right.
everybody. This is a business. We have employees, we have overhead. There's no profit being made. What are you doing?" And I got to learn as I grew up and matured and became like an adult that it's not about just like profit and money and making money. It's about like family and community. And because my family owns a small business, not like a big corporation or anything. It's just a little local country store and a
Yeah.
cider mill. So you got to take care of people. And but that wasn't on my dad's mind. It wasn't like, in order to get more business, I'm going to, give some things away. It wasn't that. It was just, he's got a good heart and he wants to like take care of people. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing for me. If there's ever a problem, like in my breaks or something, I 100% I will take a loss. I will track down a card. If it got lost in the mail or damaged, or for some reason you didn't get your card, I will find that card and buy it, or I will just completely refund you, or I'll make it right no matter what. That's the most important thing to me. So
And
to
that's
see
a
people be
unicorn.
shady, but there's not a lot of that.
No.
I mean, maybe there is a lot of, I don't know. I don't see
Yeah.
any of that. I'm kind of in my own little world, you know? So, but that kind of thing, you know, rubs me the wrong way.
Definitely. So we got our first question from Card Deal for you, Striker. He wants to know how you feel about building a channel with authentic followers and other channels who buy followers.
Yeah, you have to, if you want longevity, sustainability, there's no shortcuts. You can't just go buy followers, buy subscribers. Those things, they don't exist, man. They're like frivolous and fading. If let's say you go and, first of all, you're not supposed to do that. YouTube doesn't, like, if you go to some of these sites and like you can spend money and buy subscribers and stuff like that. First of all, that's like against the rules, I think.
Yeah, they screened against that.
Beside the point, it won't do anything for you. So if you buy some followers and subscribers, you may get like the click farm bot, but then it goes away. And then you're left with your pants down and exposed for what you really are.
Yeah.
You have to earn it. You have to put in the work, or else it's not going to work. Like, it just won't. What happens is you get somebody that has like 150,000 subscribers, but their view count is way, way, way lower than that. And then and it's like, what was it? What did it get you? What was it worth? It didn't do anything for you.
Right.
You got to put in the work. You got to do it naturally.
100%.
Definitely. So you did mention that your upbringing kind of involved in family business type environment. So what was the inspiration that you took to basically lead you to how, one, you run your channel and how you run your personal operations?
Well, to get into it, so I started because I saw there was a lack of information, people sharing information. I saw that people in the hobby clutched their secrets. They held on to their secrets and they didn't want to share. Maybe like Target has these special blaster boxes and they have everything. Where are you going to find that information? There was one place you could go, and it was the Blowout forums, and it was full of trolls, full of lies, full of trolls, full of misinformation. People saying, don't buy this box, and then they go buy them all. People saying, oh yeah, buy this box because they're trying to pump something. Not good information. So I was like, maybe I can like do a bunch of research and share the info. I didn't start the channel with any hopes of anything. I just wanted to make a video. So when I first started getting clicks and views and stuff like that, which I thought I was going to get none, nobody was ever going to watch. I think everybody kind of starts with that expectation, like, who would watch my video? Why? What do I know? What do I have to offer? And I still kind of, I go about it trying to learn a lot with every video, trying to be better, trying to learn. Like I suck still. I got to get better. Always get better, be better, do something better. I don't know how yet, but I think if I work hard enough, maybe I can find it. So when I started out, horrible, just, horrible video quality, horrible audio quality, didn't know what I was talking about. But after a while, people actually started watching my first Bowman videos because I went to Target and they had the product out a day early. Bowman, 2019 Bowman. And it was out a day early. I was like, ooh, bought a bunch of boxes, opened it, and sure enough, people wanted to come and see the new product. So I got a couple hundred views, and that was like, whoa.
That's awesome.
And then I wanted to figure out for myself, like, I know there's blaster boxes. I see these weird retail packs with the 24 count retail boxes, with those little hanger packs.
Yeah.
What are those all about? What's a hobby box compared to a jumbo box, compared to a blast? what's the best? So I did the numbers, put them into a spreadsheet, and I'm not like great at math or anything. People think I'm like this math magician. I'm just a normal guy. I'm not like better or worse at math than anybody else. So, but I know how to put numbers into a spreadsheet, kinda. I kind of just learned it and figured out what the best was, and I just shared the information with people. That's what it's about. Providing value, putting your own personal time into something and giving it away for free. Whatever it is, video quality, graphics, information, numbers, some kind of knowledge that you're giving away for free, and people know and they appreciate that, and that's why my channel grew.
Those videos are great. I was always curious about how long it takes you to make those videos with the breakdown of the each product, and it's got to take a few hours.
Was insane with 22 pages of information on that odds spreadsheet.
Wow. Yeah.
I didn't want to do it. And there have been releases that I just didn't want to do because I'm looking at it going, okay, well, this is like, I don't even know how much time. I couldn't tell you because it's not all sitting there at once and just doing it all at once and me on the clock looking. It's like, okay, I'll put a few hours in. I have to get motivated because I want to know. If I'm just going to if it's like, I got to make a video about this, it's not going to work. It's because I want to know. Then I can share it with everybody. But if I get comments all the time. We do the spreadsheet for whatever release, like Allen Ginter.
Yeah.
No, I don't got it in me. I'm not interested in it. I don't care. Like blaster box at Allen Ginter, please. Like if you're going to get something, get a hobby box so you get your 3 hits. That's it. There's no need to put a dozen hours in and figure out all the numbers on that because that doesn't matter to me.
Right.
Some people it does, but to me it doesn't. So I can't do that. But Series 1, 2024, there's so much gravy in there, so many little secrets and tidbits that I found. That was what happened. I started seeing things that nobody knew about. I'm like,
right.
What is this Fanatics redemption thing? Nobody talked about it. And then I'll start putting the numbers in, and whoa, this is only available in this box. How much is this box? Don't know. What else is there about it? Don't know. So got to wait a little while for all the info to come out. And the prices, since they jacked the prices up a little bit this year, it changed all the numbers. A little increase in price will change all those numbers on the spreadsheet. Just everything changes, colors change. So I got to get the numbers right before I release it to the public, or else it's going to be wrong.
Oh my God. You just made me remember. I don't know who I watched on, but somebody said they're like, oh, the price of cards hasn't gone up for 20 years, or so. They said something like that, and I'm like,
maybe relative to inflation.
Yeah. But I'm thinking, but also if you think about how much cards cards you used to get, because the amount, I don't know. I just was like, that wasn't really thought out.
People say stuff all the time that's not thought out and is not right.
Yeah.
They leave public comments of wrong things. And it's like, before you make a public comment, maybe just spend 1 minute and do a quick Google search to see if what you're saying is even accurate. Yeah. Because you're spreading misinformation. I don't like that. And I'll delete comments that people say things that are not true.
Right.
Well, that's a good idea.
I mean, and a lot of people in the hobby, they just base their comments off of hearsay and they think it's golden.
What they see on the blowout forums. Dude, there's a bunch of trolls on there that are just trolling you because they get their jollies off of it.
Yeah.
You just think it's funny to lead someone astray.
Yeah. Cards used to be 20 cents a pack for 15 cards in a stick. Oh man, we're going way back, Hammer.
Yeah. All right, next question. Blank statements, bad for the hobby. If you make a comment, please put in the work. How do you feel on those people like him put in work to back it up?
I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. If you make a comment, please put in work. Well, I don't know that you have to put in a bunch of work. Just don't say something you don't know what you're talking about. I
guess he's probably trying to say, do your research before you make that comment, so that way if somebody challenges you on it, you got the facts to back it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. It's you can't tell somebody like don't comment until you do your research. Like, I mean, I just said that kind of a minute ago, but at least kind of know what you're talking about, maybe, or else you come across as uninformed, and you could guide someone in the wrong direction. People say all the time, they'll come to the channel, I'll open up a box or whatever, and they'll drop a comment, this product sucks. Period. It's just like, well, that's
I
pretty
have
negative.
yet gone on your live stream and not run into one troll.
Oh,
There's always one.
There's usually more than one.
Yeah.
But all it really takes is one.
Oh my! I got a story about you. So I was debating on whether I was going to bring this up or not, but it was like my lesson when I was starting to do YouTube and do lives. Like, I watched you early. I've watched you since the beginning, and there's a lot of people in the comments right now. Hello, everybody. Natty Ice, Arnie, Doug, right? All of them. But I know Mike Griffin for Rookies. He said he got into doing the YouTube videos and all this because of you. A lot of us have. We really appreciate you.
Oh, that's sweet.
I watched you early on, and I was watching a live of yours one day. This is a long time ago, and your lives had a start time of whatever, and you were on early. You were just talking about your day and all that. And somebody in the chat that was obviously new was like, "Can you open cards yet?" They just said that, and you were like,
I think I remember that stream.
"Dude," he's like, we're a family. I need you to apologize, or I'm gonna ban you right now." And
Yeah.
I was watching that. I was like, "Whoa, that was a little bit much." I was like, "That's no, this guy's probably new. You didn't need to do that, whatever." Then I started making videos and doing lives, and I'm like, "Ooh, full circle. I get it." Like you guys got to understand these lives. The live we were talking about, like the difference between the lives and the videos. Lives are, for those people that are there for you, your true supporters, and they want to talk to you and get to know about your day and stuff. And that guy, I was like, oh, I've banned people for less than that. So,
but also, like, they probably don't realize, like, I read my chat. I know my people. I know who's here every day, talking, contributing to the community, good vibes, awesome dudes. And then you get a guy who's never been here before, who comes in and starts talking. Yeah, that seems really nothing, right? Just get to opening cards. Most people would be like, well, he did. Well, what did he do wrong? It's like, this is my show. I run a tight ship. If you want to talk trash, you can go.
Yeah.
Like this, because my attitude changes. Like, you affect this guy that comes in and says this. It's like, you just affected my attitude, and now I'm negative. I don't want that. I don't want negativity. So yeah, banned. Get out of here. I'll ban you for less. Like, you can't come in here and talk trash. You're out.
Makes perfect
100%.
sense.
100%. What's up, Joe Beast? Beast, I just got a package from you in the mail, and
yeah, so did I.
Oh, that's so cool. But everything in here is cool, Beast. But I really love the foil board of the bow. Thank you so much.
Dude, that Julio and Ellie. I want the Ellie and that foil board of the 89.
Yeah.
My buddy bought it, and I'm like, oh, I'm jealous. I got, because I opened up a bunch of those megas and I didn't get the Ellie. I might just, because I don't think I'm gonna open up any more megas, so I might just have to buy it raw. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. What is it at right now? I know when the first day, as usual, the Ellies were just out of control.
Yeah.
But
It's not a great time to buy Ellies right now.
Yeah.
You know when a good time to buy Ellie is going to be? When he goes on a stretch where he's like 0 for 20. Because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
He strikes out all the time. And it's like, when you strike out a lot, inconsistency happens. So he's going to have a 6 RBI game, and then he's going to hit for the cycle, and then he's going to go 0 for 20. And it's just going to go.
Or he's going to get hurt and put on the 60-day.
I hope not.
Oh,
I don't know that he's injury, quote unquote, injury prone, if that's even a real thing. I don't remember hearing a lot about him getting injured, but McLean already dealing with some injuries last season too. A little bit of injury bug there.
You're talking about the 89 foil board, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not bad. They're like around $30. Not
$30.
Yeah, that's not bad. Gotta ask my bro Striker, what is one product you would like to have come back?
Fire starter breaks. What's up, brother? One product you would like to come back. Gypsy. I like Gypsy Queen. I wish that was back. There's a lot of products from the last, that they discontinued. And maybe it's just they don't need to have it all. I like the fact that they trimmed some stuff down. There was way too much. We were getting bombarded like 2-3 releases a week. That's too much. And I'm glad they took some
of
stuff
it is
away.
resurrections, actually. They got rid of Fire. They replaced it with Cosmic.
Yeah. Cosmic is sweet. I've got some ideas for Cosmic. And one of the questions that you had asked me, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, it was what changes would you make to some releases?
Yeah. So basically, if you had to sit down with Michael Rubin, okay, and he's like, what is it that you would like to see in the hobby that collectors will actually appreciate?
Okay, yeah, that's so on a premium release like Cosmic, and maybe some others, we need to shorten the print run. So whatever Cosmic was that first year, sweet spot. We got to have a guaranteed auto. We can't do this paying $350 a box and not getting an auto. That is not cool. That is like, we know what's going on here, and you guys are raking on that product, and we are left holding the bag.
Yeah.
You can get an auto, and when you do, it's sweet. Those Cosmic autos are awesome. But man, we need one less of a print run, guaranteed auto, and there's a few products like that. You know what they did with like Bowman Sapphire this year? Way less, way smaller print run, guaranteed auto, 3 parallels. That's what there's a product for everybody. You want to have a cheap product? We got Flagship, Series 1, Series 2, Update, Stadium Club, all that stuff that's available. You can go to a retail shop and get it. Sweet. Keep it. That's cool. You can have print run to the moon. Doesn't really matter. But we got to have a few premium products within the hobby that the high rollers can dabble in. And the price, if you got to tick that price up just a little bit to give us our guaranteed auto, lower print run that we can actually collect and make it available to everybody, limited to 1 box or 2 boxes on the website. Don't let them have a case. Don't let everybody go in there and buy a case and sold out in 2 minutes on a premium product. 1 box, 2 box max. That's what
you're talking about, like your pristines and your diamond icons and stuff like that.
No, I'm thinking more in the line of like Cosmic, and there was another product I can't remember what I was thinking of, but something that has a base set with it that is kind of in between the premium release and then the regular release. So it's like a tick above Chrome, kind of like Cosmic is. A little bit more collectible, a little bit less of a print run.
The logo fractors.
Yeah. Ben Baller. That was another one I was thinking.
Ben Baller, yeah. Okay.
Same thought. Guaranteed auto. Every Ben Baller box, limited production, different parallels and whatever that you can get out of there. Tick that price up just a little bit. It'll become collectible. It'll be a staple. Every product doesn't have to be like a super duper money-making machine for Topps. And they got rid of those. You want to know why they got rid of those other products? Those were not the money makers. When you're guaranteed 2 on-card autos in a Gypsy Queen box, they ain't making money on that. They're selling it for like $100, or cost was $80.
Well, I mean, Sonic kind of fits that criteria with Cosmic, but Sonic, nobody was scooping it up like they.
Whoa,
it's horrible.
Sonic was awful because I thought it was going to be all the cards with something different, but there was just Chrome with a couple of inserts. That was, I gotta throw this. I talked about this before. I think this. I don't know. Let me know if you think this is a cool idea. We had Panini Chronicles for baseball when Panini was, and that was always fun because all the different stuff. I feel like Topps, if they took those products that they weren't making anymore, the Gypsy Queen, the Fire, all that,
I like it.
Put that all those different. You can get all those different sets in the what like Topps Chronicles, just for sake of a name, with all those sets they're not making anymore, and put them like so you get a pack with all the different sets. I feel like that would be fun.
Yeah.
So you don't
I
have
don't
to
know
have.
if that's feasible. Like,
Yeah.
it
I
seems
just
like
feel
it'd
like if you
be
don't
a
want to
lot of
make
work
all
for
those
them.
sets separate, then it's just an idea. But man,
Hey, Jeff's in the house.
what's up, Jeff
Hey, Jeff.
and
Appreciate you
Damien?
coming in.
If they can't add one auto per cosmic box, then Top could consider expanding the MVP buyback into cosmic for more value and include Cy Young Award winners.
It's an idea.
Yeah.
I think they need to include Cy Young or maybe like the MVP buyback. It could just be the Cy Young buyback or both.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I think that program is such a success that they could they could creep it, expand it into different releases. I don't know if it's too overwhelming at that point. I mean, would it destroy a good thing? I don't think so. But for Topps Chrome update, maybe that's where the Cy Youngs come in. Regular Topps Chrome MVPs, Topps Chrome update Cy Youngs. Something like that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But the buyback,
I mean, if they incorporate a
great.
program for your rookies of the year, your Cy Youngs, MVPs, make it more accessible to everybody.
Brett from Step in the Box, watch those case breaks of the Topps Chrome blasters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's crushing those.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. I'm going to do that this year. Like last year I missed out because I opened up so many jumbos and hobbies. Like I did like at least a case of jumbos and hobbies, very expensive for my own PC. I did not get nearly the amount of buybacks. He's getting so much in buybacks. It's like free. He's like ripping for free almost. It's crazy.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I think
the question is, what's Topps doing with all the buybacks?
I think, aren't they going to like stamp them and
probably
have
put
them
them
signed
in
and put back into products? Yeah.
We might get that in archives this year, the Signature Series archives. We might get those stamped autos, 101s, all that kind of stuff.
You might see that Goldie.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, you know what I think they did with maybe the last year's ones, not this most recent version, but the previous ones. I thought I remembered seeing them in a checklist of possibly like an HTA Breakers Delight box. You could get those redemption buyback autos only out of that format, but I've never pulled one. I think they're super rare. It's not like they're probably incinerating most of them, but the better ones, I would hope, like the good quality ones, they're getting them signed and putting them in a special product.
Right.
Nice.
Makes
hey, Kenneth. Sense. Hey, Bobby, Brian, Damien.
So I put a little poll up in here on the top of the chat just to see where everybody's mind was at. And it was basically, does the buyout of SGC affect your way of collecting? And as of right now, half of you are saying you could care less about the whole purchase of SGC. Some people say they don't deal with it. Got about 15% that actually says that their collection will now be ruined.
Collection ruined? Why?
Your collection's ruined? Oh my God. Yes, please comment why your collection would be ruined. Man.
I don't know why it would be.
Yeah.
What would it? They're already worth less. It would only increase in value, I would imagine, if PSA has their stamp
Two
of
bros,
approval.
what is your reason behind your statement?
SGC sucks. Yeah, if you get a chance, join it. Sick breaks. There you go. Hit it up.
Yeah, all the links are in
Appreciate
the
that,
podcast
brother.
description on A League of Her Own's channel. So if you actually do want to consider becoming a Patreon, you'll find all that stuff over there.
I care because most of my vintage is SGC. It shouldn't change anything about your cards, Tom.
You know what? Like, maybe they're thinking that if SGC implodes and is no longer a thing, then people won't value it because it was something that doesn't exist anymore from a slabbing company. But as of right now, they both exist on their own, and SGC is still making their own slabs. Just PSA is like the parent company now.
Yeah.
So Two Bros Collectibles is saying that the slabs are too heavy and they chip easy.
They chip easy. Okay.
No.
I can see that. I wouldn't say really heavy. I would say more flimsy.
Oh, really?
I don't feel like they're more flimsy.
Because
don't
I
know.
mean,
They're different.
what goes through my mind is if you want to crack a PSA slab, you know, you got to use tools for it. I'm thinking with the material for the SGC slab, it's just a simple twist, and you could pry that thing open.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'll run the risk of bending the card while you're doing it.
Yeah, I've never tried cracking one of those.
Yeah. I can't remember
The
if
highest selling
cracked
card
one
in
or not.
history is in the SGC slab. Yeah, it was that 9.5 Mickey Mantle. I think it sold for like $12.6 million.
Wow.
Whoa.
Dude, I would not be sending that card to SGC. I don't know. That's just me. I'd be sending that to PSA. Hey,
yeah.
Maybe they needed that 9.5 and didn't want a 9, and they knew it wasn't going to be a 10. So I don't know.
Just think of most corporate mergers like T-Mobile and Sprint. Yeah. I mean, they're still running independently for the most part.
Yeah, but nobody owns something T-Mobile that has a value assigned to it, really. You're trying to sell. I don't know.
I like T-Mobile because they give MLB TV for free.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Maybe I should join T-Mobile. I just got my MLB TV charge. Did you guys happen to get the renewal charge out of the blue?
Nope. I got the email saying you could sign up for the free year of MLB TV come March, I think 16th, they said.
Oh, man. I haven't watched any games. I think they show spring training games on there, don't they?
They do. They do.
I have not watched any yet. I totally forgot.
What they don't show, though, is once they're in the postseason.
Yeah. That's about the time I purchase cable or YouTube TV or something.
Yes. And you do bring up a good point there, Cardale. The slab, PSA did improve on their slabs. They're more durable. And I guess they would also try to incorporate the idea for those of us who are looking to re-crack and re-slab, try to prevent us from doing so. But we always find a way.
Yeah, I feel like if you want to crack a slab like green, like I've got friends that get their chop saw out and get a good blade, and you just cut the top off, and then you can just, I don't know, but
yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like you can just saw it open if you need, if you're that into it.
I did
make sure you wear safety
goggles. Putting Lively Car Collector, I don't see this happening anytime soon.
Probably going to acquire Beckett.
The brand's not there.
Yeah. I did notice on the slab, this SGC slab, that there is a space in between the front and back, and you could get a screwdriver in there real easy. And I'm just wondering if it'll pop open. I'm not going to do it, but I feel like PSA's slabs don't have that. So anyways.
PSA slabs are more fake because it's more lucrative.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to, like, why would you fake an SGC slab? If you're going to do it, fake the PSA one.
Go big or go home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't have nothing against SGC. I think they have their own niche, which would be the vintage. Just leave it as such, to be honest. I mean, you'll have some individuals that'll take that 52 Manu and prefer to put it in a PSA slab, but who knows?
If you look online, the way I would judge that, if it mattered to me, I would go on eBay for whatever vintage card it was. I'd only do vintage because anything modern is going to be worth more in PSA slab. If I got vintage cards and like if SGC's got a good deal and I'm going to save like a ton of money and they're about the same price, like, okay, SGC it is, because I would save some money. But some people are completists. They want everything the same. They want all their cards PSA. I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, uniformity, nothing wrong with that.
Thanks, Alan. Appreciate that, brother.
To each his own is the best.
Yeah.
Out of all the British writers, my favorite. Oh my God. Heck yeah. Because he does all baseball, right, guys? That's what I'm talking about.
So do you ever dabble in getting into other people's breaks there, Striker?
I have, yeah. I haven't recently because it almost doesn't make sense for me to do that.
Okay.
From a, okay, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a content creator. I got to have stuff to do, things to open. So I might as well just open my own. I'm
Yeah.
gonna, I'll be able to see it firsthand. If I want to get into a case break, it's like, well, or I can just open it all myself and either do a live stream or make a video. And, I'm kind of at the point now where it's going to cover a lot of the cost to do it just by putting it out there.
Right.
And
Mhm.
it wouldn't make sense to pay a premium to somebody else who I may or may not even trust. I mean, you got to trust who you're getting into breaks with. Let me tell you that, because I've seen some things.
Mm.
And I'm not naming
Oh my
names,
God.
but I've seen some things that I'm like, what was that
Yeah.
all about right there?
Yeah.
I actually got into a break before, and it was beneficial to me what happened. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know about that right there. So you got to trust. You got to trust, especially when you're spending a lot of money. Like if I'm going to get into a break, it's going to be a specific player that I want, and it's going to be very expensive. So
Somebody
we're talking.
jumped into your head,
So
just
I
like
gotta.
that guy that took the Wemby.
Oh, the Wemby. Yeah, that was crazy. But that's Whatnot.
Yeah, I don't dabble in Whatnot.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody does anymore unless you're industrialized. Like it's either now Loop or Fanatics.
We can get in a little an exclusive here, but I've had offers from all of them.
I bet. Yeah.
No
No.
thanks.
Nice.
No thanks
Love
on
it.
any of it. And it's because what happens is they want me to go on their platform and bring everybody with me. Bring them all on over with you. And it's like, how does that benefit me exactly?
They want a piece of your pie.
They want a
Yeah.
piece. And it's like, why would I do that? Now, if you came to me and you're like, we got a deal worked out, ready to go, here it is, and here's how it would benefit you, maybe I'd listen.
Right.
Maybe not, because I've worked 5 years, 1,000+ videos to create something here, and they just want to, we'll take that.
Yeah.
Snap their fingers and like, we'll take all that, please. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, for some it does. They look at it as another form of bringing, kind of like what you're saying. You'll have people that's already dabbling into whether it's a Fanatic or a Loop or whatnot. They got their usual suspects they go to for breaks. They see this new up and coming store, if you will. Oh, let's see what he has to offer.
It makes sense for a lot of people,
Mhm.
but it doesn't make sense for me to do it.
Yeah.
Like if you're having trouble selling your brakes, then by all means go to a place that you can sell your brakes, whether that's eBay or any of those companies, because it's easy. But I have my own website and my fees are very minimal. And if I go onto a different platform, they're going to take a much bigger piece of that pie. And then it's like, what are we doing here? Why am I doing this?
Have you ever had an issue where you were struggling to fill a break?
At the very, very beginning when I first started it. So I never planned on doing breaks like for other people. It was always just opening stuff on my channel. But people would message me and email me and like, hey, you should do a break. I'll buy in. And I got a lot of that and was like, let me do one. So the very first one I did, I remember, I think it was a case of archives, and I would do like, I think I did 3 4-box breaks or whatever the format was. And then maybe the first couple it sold, but then the last one I was struggling to sell. And then maybe the break after that or something, but I've never had a problem selling out breaks. And it's actually the opposite. There's way too many people want to get in, and I don't want to do that many. It's so much work. It's so time consuming and tedious, and my back hurts, and my attention is, I've got so many other things to do, and I've got a family, you know what, all of it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that many. So there's way more people that want to buy in than the breaks that I actually want to do. So that's why I started the Patreon thing to like
kind of reduce
the flow, man. Like going from this enormous, like all these people, I gotta make that into like a hose, a garden hose instead of a fire hose somehow, because I can't keep up with it. I don't want to. It takes the passion out of it too. If you do too much, I don't want to do so much that I'm not excited to do it anymore. I want to always be excited to do it, always like having fun and just, ooh, what are we gonna get and all that. Because the second that goes away, then it's just, I'm turning to everybody else who doesn't have fun doing it. Like you can go to these streams and these YouTube channels that all they do all day is break, and they don't want to be there. They don't care at all about the people. They don't care about the cards. They don't know about the cards. They don't know the people's names. I don't want to be that. I want to be excited to do it.
Yeah. And we noticed that you're only doing strictly random, no pick your teams or anything.
Yeah, I've done pick your teams in the past.
Reason?
Yeah, there's several reasons for it. It's so much more difficult, first of all, to like figure everything out after the fact, because I have to go in the way I put names into a spreadsheet and everything. It's just way more difficult and tedious to match everything up that way. And number two, I've done polls because I want to give the people what they want. Right. And I've done polls, and like 75% of the people or more, 90% sometimes, would rather do PYT or would rather do randoms, because PYT, if you're not the very first to get there and grab your team, then your team's gone. And you're like, well, I don't even want to get in anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the Pirates or whoever it may be.
Yeah.
So at least this way, you have a chance to get the very best team for the same price as everybody else. You don't got to pay this massive markup to get the Reds, and then you don't get anything. And it's like, oh, I got a bunch of base Ellies and I paid how much?
Yeah.
This way it's all evened out. Nobody has to pay more than anybody else. Yeah, sure, you might not get something, but at least you didn't have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a spot or whatever it may be, depending on the release. It's all evened out. And I make it so that there's different boxes so that every team has something to chase, even if it's a veteran auto or prospect auto, or maybe something that you're not even thinking about that could pop out of there, a case hit or something.
It's awesome.
1,000 views. Yeah, we got 1,000 in the house. I've had 1,000 live 3 times, and it gets pretty intense when there's that many in. It's always the new releases. New release comes out, everybody's itching to see. And then when the after a while it kind of fizzles away. It's the same with, I don't know about you guys, but when a new release comes out, no matter what it is, I'm like all excited. I want to see what's inside. I'm peaked. I'm watching other people ripping and watching other people's videos because I'm excited. But then after a few weeks, after a month, on to the next thing. That's me. Some people like to get stuck on a certain product. I've noticed archives, like regular, not signature series, regular archives.
Regular archives, yeah.
The old timers, they like that stuff a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the heritage.
Yeah.
They love it. They love the different designs of the like 3 years that they feature. And it's wild. Some of the longest viewed time periods I've ever gotten on a video is archives.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that's one of my least favorite to open. But for some people, man, they just absolutely eat it up and they'll watch it over and over. And that's all they want to rip for like a whole year.
Yeah. Mr. Fuego just had some questions up. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah.
Sure.
Lively Car Collector wants to know if you are actively seeking out any applications.
I am not. I have had an intern. I no longer have an intern. Let me tell you a little something about me. if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. That old thing, over and over and over in my life, it's happened to me over and over as far back as I can remember, because I don't know what it is, but I've got something like this work ethic from when I was a kid. I don't stop. I wake up in the morning, I come right down here into the office till I go to bed, 3 a.m. all day, every day, don't stop. Nobody can keep up with that. So if I bring someone in to help, they're not even close, man. Not even close. They're not committed. They're not on the same level. They don't care as much. Even they do care to an extent, but it's like they're not on the same level. And why would they be? It's not their business.
Mm-hmm.
But that's happened to me countless times, not just this. I was talking earlier, I was in a band in high school, started a funk rock band, and I was a legit musician back in the day. And okay, I'm in a band, let's crush.
Yeah.
Boom. Day in, day out, we're practicing, we're getting together, we're doing gigs. Me. I'm getting the gigs. I'm keeping track of the finances. I'm doing the graphics. I'm getting the recording studios in line. Come on, guys. Like, why is it just me doing everything? It's because I got this thing where it's like I'm all in, and we're going, and we're going, and you can't find that around.
It's hard. Yeah. It's hard to find somebody on the same drive like that. That's yeah, for reals. Just side note, I'm curious, what instrument did you play, or what did you? I think you said you were a singer, but did you also play?
I played the trumpet, and from 5th grade, and then I even continued on into college for a couple of years, and I was really, really good.
Oh, cool.
One of the best in the state of Michigan, and that's not an exaggeration. I went to all these special things, honors band. I was always first chair. Lead of the marching band, first chair, honors band, first chair, everything. The best trumpet player in the state, basically. I mean, it's hard to say who's the best, but
yeah.
Then I got to the point in college where I had some of my credits were for like private lessons with real serious people, and it got to the point where you have to make a decision: is this what you're going to do for the rest of your life? Because there's a level above where I was at that you have to commit your whole life to.
Mm-hmm.
Practice for hours a day, memorize all the scales so you don't even think about it, and then be able to sight read. Sight reading is really hard, where you get a piece of music and you got to just play it on the spot. Never seen it before. And you go in front of judges, and you got 3 judges in front of you, and you got to sight read this piece, and it's like,
oh, that's intense.
It's super scary. But
yeah,
back to like the performance thing. I've always kind of been performing in front of people, but I had to make a choice right around then. What am I gonna do with this? Be in a symphony or something? How can you make a living doing that? It's so hard and rare, and I didn't really see a profession for that.
Mm-hmm.
I was teaching people and like giving private lessons and things like that, and you can make a living doing that, but it's more of that's a contract. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. It's not like steady work necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of made the choice, like, I'm going to go off to a different university and just like study an actual thing. Kind of left that behind. And if you stop, it's all over. You got to continue or you lose it. Use it or lose it. And I lost it. I pick up the horn nowadays, and it's like, can't even do anything. But I played a little guitar too, and I was the singer and songwriter, vocalist. I played some trumpet in the band, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of bass, a little bit of. But nowadays, I haven't done that in years, so I'm like way out of practice.
So
my friend brought a guitar the other day to a party. I was like, hey, plug it in. I got no calluses on my fingers anymore. I barely remember the chords, and it's like that's a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
So the chat's asking, so on your next video, you gonna do a trumpet solo while breaking?
However, like if you gave me 2 months where I could play like every day, I could get a little bit of it back, but not even close to where I was.
Wow. That's so cool. That's I love that fun, like, insider information there. Um, all right. What else do we got here? What else we got? Garden videos. What's this about garden videos?
Oh, garden videos. Yeah, I did. Every once in a while in the summer, I'll just kind of record. And I did this last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I never had the time to like make a compilation video. But I have a garden, and I would just go out and be like, show a little, 2-minute thing of like the update on the garden of what we're
Mhm.
growing, crops, different crops, different flowers, stuff like that. And we did. Actually, I'm not a carpenter at all, but I built this raised bed garden. So there's the process of that and building the fence and like, I don't know, just something a little bit different. Like it's almost like, the Striker Breaks is like a vlog partially mixed in with the breaking and a little bit of IRL, a little bit of life stuff, a little bit of baseball cards. But guys, you get in this game, I don't know about you two, but you can get self-conscious and like,
Mhm.
is this cringe? Am I what do people like this? What am I
Yeah.
doing? I don't know if anybody's going to like this or watch it, or do I look stupid? There's
Right.
all these thoughts that go through your head and you don't know. I don't know, like, are people going to like the garden videos? I don't know. There's
Yeah.
just some indulgence of my own. So, but yeah, I do have a lot of, I took a snapshot every day last year. The growth of the potatoes is actually kind of cool. I just never uploaded it or
Okay.
made a video
Oh.
about it.
Huh. All right. We got a question up. It's from Canada383. What made Stryker want to make the leap into doing this as a business? I imagine there was a great deal of discomfort for starting with a family it needs to work for an income.
It was a slow thing to build it into a business. That was never the plan initially. I didn't start doing this because I wanted to have a business. I did it because I wanted to make a video as an artistic outlet. My art runs in my family. My grandma was a professional artist. My uncle's a professional artist. My great grandpa is a professional artist. So like I've got this thing in me, which probably is with music too. But I just needed it as an outlet to do something. And to turn into a business, it just happened naturally. And it couldn't be a business immediately. There wasn't enough views, not enough subscribers, not enough going on with that. And you can't force it. If you try to force it, it
Yeah,
it doesn't feel natural. People know. They're like, "What are you doing?" I remember the first time an ad played on one of my videos, people would give me a hard time. Like, "Wait, come on, man, you should be happy." Like,
yeah.
finally starting to make it a little
There you
bit,
go.
but people get mad when other people are doing well and they get jealous and stuff like that. It's but as far as like becoming a business, how'd that happen? I don't even really know. It just kind of naturally turned into that, but it worked out well for me because going back a little bit. So when I had my daughter, my wife was working at the hospital. She had a pretty good job, and I was working with my family business. I had a pretty good job. It wasn't like I've never made any money up until very recently. Always, let me tell you a little something about working for a family business. You don't get paid what you deserve.
No.
Oh,
I put so much blood, sweat, and tears into that thing. My grandma started it, and my grandpa built it. My dad and my uncle and my aunt were all managers. The business expanded, and then the next generation comes in. That's me and my cousins. I've got the work ethic. They know it. And I gave everything. I did so many different things. So around the time of my daughter, moved into a new house, and we're starting to think, okay, how much is daycare? A lot. To have a sitter or something, for it to have both people working. Like, what if I can have like my own business where I can take care of my daughter, not have to have daycare. My wife can work. We can both work. Side income. I have a rental house. We get a little bit of extra income there. So I started selling stuff on eBay. And I've been selling stuff on eBay since 2004. So it's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
early in there. Yeah. That was what part of the job that I had at my family business was I was selling stuff on eBay for them because they had a country store. Decor Galore is like my business name. So I was selling some home decor and garden statuary, stuff like that. So I always knew how to sell stuff on eBay. Well, I would go around to flea markets, all the retail stores, clearance section, snap a pic or look up you can get the app on your phone. And if something's on clearance, you can just really quick scan it and see what it's going for, like on eBay. Like, oh man, it's on clearance for $5 and it's going for 20 on eBay. Grab it up. So I was just kind of selling stuff on eBay, doing that. And then this started, and I was selling cards on eBay, and it just everything started combining. And I've got like multiple businesses right now, just little things here and there, multiple things, passive income here and there and everywhere, and it all adds up. That's kind of how it started.
Awesome.
Nice.
So it seems like the vibe that you normally have in your live streams followed you here, and I didn't want to ignore it, but Big Bird Tweet just wanted to let you know he picked up a 101. Should he get it graded?
Picked up a 101. Should you get it graded? Well, it depends on the condition. So a lot of times 101s are hard to grade. You don't have to get it graded. You can just get it authenticated. That's what I would suggest. I would suggest sending it to PSA. Just get it in that PSA slab, get it authenticated. If it looks like a perfect card, you could always send it away and hope for the best. But the value doesn't really change that much if it's a 101 PSA 10 or a 101 PSA 9, PSA 8. It's the only one that exists. So it's always been my thought, get her slabbed up, call it a day. Don't even get it graded.
That's a good point. I think it was this morning. I watched Sports Card Investor only for his minions. There's one particular minion that does a lot of the data research and analysis of the hobby. And the theme for his video was, would you prefer a base rookie card of somebody or a 101 of said player? What would be your go-to?
A base rookie card or a 101?
Of that same player.
Well, I mean, 101?
The 101.
Yeah.
Is that a trick question?
Yeah. Like,
and he went into this whole spiel with so like he took, and he used primarily basketball cards. He took a high end, mid end, and a low end. All the high end was actually raw, but the base low end was actually a PSA 10, but that one actually commanded more of a premium than the high end raw. So I guess that's where he was deciding, okay, do you want a PSA 10 rookie base or that raw 101?
Okay. I thought you were asking like if they were both
no.
ungraded.
There's going to be caveats.
Okay.
I'll still take the 101.
Yeah.
Because I mean, a dime a dozen base card PSA 10, right?
Yeah.
It's a million of them.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking like, for the person that's got the 101, like, are the corners all dinged up on it? Or that, like you said,
True.
Condition, like if it's close and it gets like a 9 or 10, like that's cool. But if it's, put that thing in a magnetic holder and it looks just as pretty.
But you know what? Like, I don't have a lot of 101s. Maybe that's outside of my league, like dabbling in 101s.
Yeah.
I don't own, I do own one in a slab. Hold on, I'll show you. I got it right here somewhere. I just had, here it is. This is my one of one in a slab. Any idea who that is?
No idea.
I can't see it. Yeah.
Taylor Williams.
Woo.
Sweet, right?
What's up,
Yeah,
Taylor?
I mean, I don't know. I pulled it in a live stream out of a pack. I'm like, might as well send it away. And I just kind of went against what I said with the grading. I got it graded because I thought that it looked so perfect that actually was a 10, but it's a 9. And I don't know why it's a 9. Maybe there's just the smallest thing wrong, but that's what you got to deal with when you send 101s away. Platinum. This is a platinum, fragile
Mhm.
edges, gray
Yeah.
edges are not white. It's a full bleed. So, but on this particular one, it looked like a 10. So I actually got it graded. Whereas normally I think I'd probably just get it authenticated.
Ooh, there we go. What's your favorite card in your collection?
Ooh, well, the newest,
Oh, yes.
probably
That
that.
triple auto. Yep.
Yes. Yes, I love it.
I hate the glare I'm getting right here. I'm trying to get it like
Oh, it's so cool.
just right. Maybe if I get my head out of there. It's not picking it up, but either way, that's got to be my favorite. But I did just pick up a monster. You want to talk about a grail?
Oh.
It's a
Is that
5.
a 9? Oh, it's a 5. I don't care. It's still awesome.
You know why I got this? Because when I talk to people, first of all, that's always been a grail. I never thought I'd be able to get one.
Yeah.
And I never planned on getting one until I was talking to somebody who didn't really know a whole lot about it. And, I told him I collect Jordans, and back since I was a kid, I've always loved Jordans, always collected them. And he's like, "Oh, you got the rookie?" And I was like, "No." And it just something about that conversation. I was like, I don't have a Jordan rookie. And how can you be a super collector of anything, like the guy, and not have the card ever? So I just looked for like the lowest dollar one, the highest grade, lowest dollar, like perfect point somewhere
Now,
in
is
there.
that really the grail or the 85 star?
For me, it's that one. The star doesn't have any nostalgia for me. I don't.
Okay.
That doesn't carry any weight for me. The 86 does, though.
So kind of like the 52 Manu.
52 Mantle is the one. Like I think it's very personal, and the deeper you go into it, like if you're a Jordan super collector, you're probably going star. You get the rookie, and then you're like, what next?
Right.
Star. So, but I'm not at that point. I don't know if I'll ever. For some reason, I don't get the tingles with that card, but the normal rookie I do. So.
Yeah, I get that for sure.
Okay.
Is that Kurt Cobain in your background, Adrian? On the shelf?
It is. My friend drew that. Yeah.
Nice.
He's gonna do a sports one for me too, but it's a hand, like pencil drawn.
Wow, that's an amazing work of art.
Yeah.
I did a watercolor of Kurt Cobain that is. I wonder if I could somehow find that and show you. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done.
Oh, very cool. Kurt Cobain is one of my, a lot of people's, but Kurt Cobain's music wise, oh my God. Love it.
So Firestarter wants to know, Striker, what are your thoughts on Jersey Fusion cards if you've seen them?
Jersey Fusion, is that Leaf or is that a different brand? What is that?
So Jersey Fusion, I think they're not like they're Jersey Fusion. They take like a usually like a base card of some sort. Then they've got a piece like a swatch that they actually put over the card. And they number them, and they're one card boxes, and you don't know what you're getting. It could be baseball, football, basketball, but they've got some cool, like I've got one somewhere, but I just redid my office. I have no idea, but I've seen cool. What's the one I have? I can't even think of it. I've seen Cal Ripken ones. I've seen Michael Jordan ones. Actually, I think Mr. Fuego, you sent me a Jordan one that I gave to my buddy that's a Jordan collector.
I did.
That was a cool one.
But
they're
look it up real quick.
They're relic cards.
So they're unlicensed?
Here's one. It's from it's actually, this one that I have is actually from Topps. Alex Rodriguez.
Okay, so that is licensed then.
Well, and then they have a little QR code in the back where if you shoot at it, it'll tell you what game that swatch is actually from.
I like that.
Yeah. And so the swatch isn't part of the card, I want to say. So they've got the card and then they got the swatch over the top. They make it all look so. That's how they're getting away with putting like a Topps card. They've got all the different sets and older cards. Mr. Fuego, put it up again and make your screen bigger so he can kind of see.
So it's like raised up above the card.
Yes.
The swatch. Okay, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then it's cool on the back, like you said, you scan it and it tells you where it came from.
I definitely like that.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
So is it kind of this own company that started this idea and they're doing like a thing outside of Topps and that's just Jersey Fusion is the name of the company, and they're buying cards and then they're putting these relics in that are, according to them, authentic, and then you can scan. Or are they going to the game? Like, how would they know what game?
So where they're purchasing the fabric, the garment from, they're getting it already. It's already authenticated shirt or pants or whatever, and that's how they're getting that information. I know that the guy from Jersey Fusion did a YouTube video with like Jeff Wilson. I can't remember his name or anything, but they've been doing it for a few years now, and it's like you buy a box and it's a one card box kind of thing. And yeah,
I'm seeing this Dream Team one right here that is insane.
Yeah.
92 Dream Team with Jordan, Stockton, Malone, and Johnson.
Yeah, there's amazing. I have seen some really cool Jordan ones. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Every once in a while, I go down this rabbit hole of wanting to get like real into the Dream Team and anything to do with it. And then it fizzles away and I go on to the next thing. But
yeah,
right now I'm looking at it going, oh,
ooh.
$2,000 though. No thanks. No autos.
Yeah, but anything Dream Team related, you got to have some deep pockets.
Yeah.
There's no autos on those Jersey Fusions, right? They're just Jersey Fusion, right? I think that's their whole.
I'm not going to sit here and speak like I do know. So I'm going to, from what I've seen, no.
No, I don't think so. I think
I'm not seeing any autos on any of these.
So Firestarter is saying, yes, they do have autos too, but are very hard to get.
Oh.
Very hard to get.
Like, as a matter of fact, he actually sent me a photo of let me see if I can blow this up, of Joe Montana.
Oh, that's cool.
So see, these are sweet, but there's something about it that's like feels like anybody could do this.
Yeah.
Where you've seen them on Twitter, where like Tan Man does these sweet custom cards.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I could just take one of my cards and put a patch on there and say that it was, I don't know, whatever I wanted. Right. That's kind of what they look like.
It's like a custom card.
That could be a new addition to your breaks. This fabric was worn on this day when I was breaking this.
So check this out. I've actually thought about doing that, and I have my breaker mat that I use. I've gone through a few of them now. I saved the old ones just for maybe one day I could have relics on my cards that I give away of a piece of my old breaker mat. So that is potentially in the future.
I dig it. Sports Card Collection Jersey Fusion. There's a website to check it out.
Okay.
The beauty is there's a little something for everybody.
Yeah.
Like with that Sports Card Fusion, there's going to be people that like that, and more power to you.
Definitely. But see what I mean? We need to make the podcast a little bit longer because we're already past the time that we did on the after hours show. But
good time.
Again, yeah, definitely. Again, Striker, if I've said it once, said it 1,000 times. It's been fun having you on board with us.
For sure.
I believe, I can walk away with this saying I've learned at least one thing from you. Cool. I'm sure Adrian would agree with me. The chat would agree 100%. With me. The listeners who will catch this tomorrow or going forward, they'll learn something. And whatever method you got with the madness that you do, keep doing it.
Thank you. Thank you. Good hobby vibes. I love this, man. Positivity and
Yeah.
hobby, keeping it good, keeping it high, keeping it on the level. I love it.
So do you
Same
happen to
here.
have any final words for everybody?
Final words. Good luck with your rips. May Clayton Claus be with you.
All right. Y'all heard it here from Striker himself. So with all that, it's been fun and real. We will catch you on the next one.